Okay, so if you're gonna go backpacking, let's talk about one of the most important things you are going to need, and that is water. So I've been to three backpacking trips recently. This one here is the Huron National Forest, and this one is the Manistee National Forest, and this big map is Cimarron, New Mexico. And your water system starts not with water bottles or water purification or stoves. It starts with planning. Where can you get water? Plan your routes around water. Here we go. You can see here that my route for the Huron National Trail revolved around water. You drink a lot of water, so you gotta plan it that way. Including Manistee, where you can see my route revolved around water. I chose these routes for the specific reason that they ran around water. And then same thing with the Cimarron, New Mexico. You can't see it here, but a lot of these trails run along natural streams and springs. And sometimes we didn't, for 2 days we wouldn't have water. We'd always resupply, but sometimes during the night we had to have a dry camp. There wasn't any water there. And you just have to plan. You have to know that ahead of time so you can plan for it. Now, second, after logistics of where you can get water, you have to carry your water. Now, what I found helpful was the Camel Packs. The reason being they were very conveniently placed so you can drink from the hose without having to reach back, and it's kind of awkward with a canteen on your backpack. If you look here, you can see it, the hose is right there, so just grab it and you can have a sip. So that's very convenient. The downside I didn't like about the Camel Packs is that my valves on both these packs leak. Not always, but if there's any like dirt or debris stuck in the hose there or there, they tend to leak, and I was slowly losing water. And that was disconcerting because like I was, especially when I was in Cimarron, because I'm in a desert and every single one of these drops of water is precious. I can't afford to lose it. The plus side is they carry 2 liters and they were very convenient. So if you know that you're heading to a dry camp, you can obviously pack up more water. So I had the Camel Pack here, which is 2 liters. I had a Nalgene, and then I had a steel one, which was 750 milliliters. So roughly 4 liters of water. When I went camping in the Huron and Manistee National Forest, I took these canteens instead. I didn't take the Camel Packs. Reason being, I was really close to water and I wasn't too concerned about a dry camp. Now, with canteens like these, there are some plus and minuses. The plastic Nalgene, although it is very durable, you cannot boil water in it. But what you can do is there are filters that can attach to the Nalgene and you can filter your water that way. I don't have that system. I have a different one. So for me, the Nalgene didn't work with my system. My system, for once you carry the water, which is obviously the canteens, you have to purify it. The way I purify my water, and have done in the past, is purification tablets. Basically iodine tablets. And they work great. I haven't had any problems with them. And some people say they taste bad. I personally can't taste it. So, with the Nalgene, I was only able to use my iodine tablets to purify the water. When I went camping, I didn't like to use the iodine tablets. I prefer to boil my water. And I only use the iodine tablets if I had to. Like didn't have time to boil the water. So what I did instead was bought these 2 inexpensive steel canteens, and then I take the top off and I just drop them in, put them gently in the fire, and then I build kind of like a log cabin around them to secure them, and that worked great. Boiled it for 5 minutes, took it out of the fire, let it cool. Only downside is you have to like be at camp to do that, because one, you have to build a fire, and two, if you want it to cool and grab and go, you can't, because the metal is hot. It's too hot. It's boiling water. So it does take some time. But I felt more comfortable with boiling my water than just trusting to the iodine tablets. That's my preference. Yours may vary. Another thing you could do is you could also use the Esbit stove to boil water. I personally prefer just throwing it in the fire because I like to save my tablets, and I like to save my iodine tablets I don't know, in case I need it for something else. So that was my water system for when I went camping. Now the carrying was obviously Camel and Canteens. Logistics is your water system starts literally at logistics. So maps, you need to know where water is, you need to know where water is not. And then I guess the purification is actually the last stage. The stage before that is get into the water. A lot of the times, all through these trips, I had to rappel off a cliff to get water. Mainly because I ran out of water and I came to a ledge, and off the ledge was a river or a stream, and the only way to really get there was to get down there. I could walk, turn around and walk like 2 or 3 miles back to get more water, but then that would be counterproductive, because as soon as I walk back, I'd probably exhaust all my water. I fill up the water and then turn around and walk back to where I originally was, and I probably drank all my water. So I'm comfortable rappelling, so I did that instead. And that's another system you may need to get water, and I will make another video on that later. But that was my water system, and I hope you found that helpful. But really, your water system starts with planning. Where is water?